Hello and welcome to another update video about Cardano. In this video I would like to update you on the latest price developments after the announcement that the mainnet hard fork will take place on the 12th of September. So that's the news we all waited for, we've all been waiting for. There will be two hard forks. The first hard fork will take place on the 1st of September. That is the testnet hard fork, and then after that we'll have the mainnet hard fork, and that will take place on a Sunday on the 12th of September. That will be a very exciting day again, and I can't wait for it. This was a lot of waiting today, a lot of waiting and a lot of ups and downs on the price, but we broke the $2 today, and actually as I do this video we're actually up to $2 again. But before we talk about that, just take a look at this, talking about the smart contract rollout. No, it's not delayed, that's what it says, but no, it's not delayed. It will take place on the 12th of September. Again, this is what we've all been waiting for, and these news, in anticipation of this update, the price obviously shot up in various bold moves in the last few days. We've been tracking it, we've been talking about it, and in this update now I want to talk to you about what happened after this was announced, because I talked about it earlier that nobody can really predict when the date will be, so nobody could really predict what happens with the price. You know, had it been next week, the price might have shot up even further, but might it have been delayed to end of September, it might have dropped even further. But I guess looking at the price, it was probably broadly in line what the community expected. There was a drop. I mean, the Cardano price today, and this is the daily chart by the way, today Cardano went up to I think 207 roughly, or 208 even, and then after the announcement it actually went down to 195 again, 194 I think. And I watched it when it happened, and it wasn't shocking, of course, but I thought we would at least stay above the $2. But it doesn't matter. It will depend on, or what will matter is how do we close tonight? Will the candle close above $2? And if it will we test it in the next few days, and will it become a support level? Now, if we don't do that, we might go down a little bit, and I want to talk to you in this video about that. And again, this is nothing to worry about. I think actually now a small correction might actually be really good, because if we don't get that correction now, it might come harder at a later point. If we see a correction or a consolidation now, I think that will be very healthy to charge the rocket even more, because then it could shoot us up to the all-time high, and I think that is required. I think we need a small correction, not a big one necessarily, but we need a small correction. I mean, we've went up now. I mean, now we're even $2. So let's just measure again, because that has changed a little bit. We've gone up since we've measured last time. This has taken us now up to, including today, to over 100%, 104% increase in just 3 weeks. Yeah, so a lot of increase, a massive increase. Congratulations for every ADA holder. And I always get asked, you know, should you buy now? I don't really want to answer that, because if you buy or not is eventually your decision. I can't recommend that. First of all, because I'm not a financial advisor, and second, because it all depends on your strategy. You know, are you a long-term investor? You know, I, for example, I want to hold my ADA for a very, very long time. So I buy, I stake, I add to my portfolio constantly, and I don't want to sell. Selling at $2, I think, is not good. From my point of view, you know, if you've made massive gains and you want to cash out, that's fine. But don't be surprised if we shoot to the moon in the next few days or weeks. The reason I say that is, and I mentioned it before, the last hard fork took place here on the 1st of March. Look at what happened before, and we've seen similar increases, actually even in percent, even higher increases than we've seen now in this parabolic move. But after that we've seen a correction, yeah, and then it went up again, correction, went up again, correction. So we are climbing higher. And I'm looking forward to something like that. I don't want to see only green. It's not healthy. Don't think it is. And I don't think it's healthy, you know, while we are now finally seeing a massive increase in volume, and that is so healthy. This blue line is the on-balance volume. This is so healthy. We need that to go to high levels, which tells me many people are interested. Of course they are. So that is what makes me optimistic. But what tells me that we will face a correction at some point, and it won't take long until we see that, is that we are above the RSI is now showing 87. It's 87, that's really high, and we need some sort of correction. Everything else, even the MACD, everything's looking positive, so it's even going higher. So, you know, but don't forget, look at what happened when we had the all-time high. We had this momentum drop off very quickly. So we need to be aware of that. And in this video, I want to talk about, what levels could we go back to. So first of all, let me introduce you to the chart here. You'll know this chart if you've watched the previous videos. We've got the 20-day moving average here, which is closest to the current price action. But what you need to be aware of, this is very overextended now. If I measure from this 20-day moving average to where we were, at least were today, this is 45% away from that. And if we're measuring to where we are now, this is even 39% away from that. That's too much. That is too much. We need that 20-day moving average to become a good support level. So it needs to catch up on the current price action. And it is even higher on the weekly. That's that difference between the 20-day moving average, or the distance between the 20-day moving average and the current price. That's just too much, and it needs to catch up. And when we had that before, it was just similar. We had this extension here when we went to the when we had that correction here back in May. We were actually overextended as well. So the distance here, it was 50%. So we're actually not far away from that. That's why I think we really need to catch up with the 20-day moving average. That is very important. Yeah, the 20-day moving average is current price of the 20-day moving average, or the current value, is currently at the 145 level, and in the next few days it will go higher. So maybe it will sort of protect the 150, yeah, because when it goes down, that's a significant one. And then we've got all these previous support or resistance levels here that will provide support. So obviously we have the top one is a $2 one. The next one for me is the 189. That's what we saw a few times now, that acted as resistance here, and a few times before, as support. So that's something to be aware of. And below that, we've got the I think the 165 is a significant one as well, acted as resistance and support before. Then we've got the 155, and a very significant one is here at the 149, 150 level. And if the 20-day moving averages catches up, it will go higher and higher. Then just be aware that if we go down and we hit these lines, and we might get support, or we might not find support, but if we do, then and the 20-day moving average is there as well, then it will kind of provide a even better support level potentially, and this could then fuel another journey to the moon. But it's just to be aware of that might be coming. There's no way this can go on much longer. I know it's special times with the hard fork, but we had the hard fork before, and we had corrections. So it's just something to be aware of, and it won't be a long one, in my view, but it will be one, and it has to be one. That's what Cardano needs to actually go much higher. I think if we go now to new all-time highs without a correction, I don't think that will be very good, especially as these support levels, the moving averages, will be too far away. They will be too far away. And if we draw the Fibonacci levels, just want to see on the like a macro one, let's just zoom out a little bit. Just want to show you that potentially some of these levels might work pretty well together with the let's just draw this first out, and there you can see, and that's a significant one. And I think on the macro here, you can draw the Fibonacci's here on various time frames and whatever you try trading, but I've just put this Fibonacci here together, and what it shows, very interestingly, that the 189, 190 level that I already showed you really coincides here with the first Fibonacci level. And then if we go down further, we've got another line, which is the 150, where are we? 155, yeah? That's another one. So for me, these are important levels to watch. especially these, and then on top of that, whoops, now I moved it, and on top of that, if you then have a moving average in the same area, you know, that's significant. So just in summary, we've got here the 0.236 Fibonacci that goes together here with the 189, and then we've got the which one is that, the 0.382, yeah. But obviously you can also start here and move the Fibonacci up here between in that area. But it's just, you know, because I'm looking at the macro. I mean, I want to see the bigger picture. I want to see the whole big move because I'm a long-term investor. That's what's important for me. I'm not a day trader. You know, I have a portfolio which I don't touch. And then I also have a portfolio which is a smaller one where I sometimes do a bit of trading and make, you know, and sell some cryptos as well. But my, you know, whatever I've got on the hardware wallets, I just keep for the years to come, because I think, you know, a current level of $2, it's too cheap for ADA. It's too cheap. I'm not prepared to sell any of my ADA, even though I started to buy early last year. I'm not prepared to sell any of that. Not at the moment. Not for current prices. So definitely not. And also, you know, what we've seen today and what Charles Hoskinson said in his video, which was just running, about, you know, this will change the world. He believes Cardano will change the world, and everything he talked about, you know, that this is really for humanity. So that is impressive, and this is really interesting. So yeah, just watch out for a reaction to the downside. I think nothing major, but I think it has to come. It just has to come. It's too much green now, and I mean, things can be different. We could also move on for a while, but there will be a point where we just be cautious. And people always ask, should you buy now? Again, I can't answer that, but from a long-term perspective, these are good prices. That's my view, only my view. I know many of you think as well. I see ADA, I mean, this year, my conservative guess or estimate for this year is $4.50. I think actually, if the mainnet rollout will be successful, which it will be, then I believe we could also go up to $10 this year short term. I know many people say we can't because of market cap, but don't forget that if Cardano goes up, you know, Ethereum will go up as well, and Bitcoin as well. And I strongly believe that this is still the beginning of the current bull run, and there will be much more money coming in, and market caps will go up across the board. And as soon as people realize that inflation is just going up and up and up, that is what could lead to a super cycle. That's my view. It could lead to a super cycle. And in a super cycle, where there's a lot of over exaggeration, you know, where money is just flowing into the market, we could even see higher prices. But I have no idea if that super cycle is coming. I can only track the charts here, give you my thoughts, so you can come to your own conclusions. So I hope you liked that update. Now, when we close this video, just under $2 again. Doesn't matter, honestly. Even if we go below, I'd actually be happy to wake up tomorrow and see a lower price, because first of all, I would probably buy again, and second, it would be healthy. Alright, so hopefully you liked the video. If you did, please smash the like button, and if you want to support this channel and Cardano, because it's all for the community, then please subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye!